No one's got nits.
Nancy.
Okay.
I got nits off of my friend because her kids had them. So she got them, and then I went out with her, and then I had them. And you never had them as adults. Why do you have them on your kids like every week?
I know. I don't know.
I think because you're like, I don't know.
Is it? They're supposed to like cleaner hair or something.
Anyway, more on nits. Ask Ben anything about nits.
Nits. Your knit comb out.
This is Ben Cooper.
Hi.
Ben's the controller of Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
Oh yeah.
The boss to me.
Better believe.
Is that okay like this, Bill?
Yeah, if you face towards. That's
Okay.
Not uncomfortable or awkward.
No, it's
anyway.
fine. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, questions for you, Ben.
Right.
From someone called Lost in Days.
Okay.
I don't think that's a Christian name. Asking Ben Cooper, what characteristics do you look for in your DJs? Is it the ability to say characteristics? And what characteristics do you look for in your DJs in the different time slots? And then she's done XO. It's a kiss and a hug.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. I look for passion. Passion is the thing. You've got to be passionate about, so talking about different musical slots. So, you know, someone who's passionate about dance music, do they go out? Do they dance? Do they play dance music in the club? Do they DJ? Do they put on nights, etc.? But if they're into their rock, well, do they go out to loads of rock gigs? Do they go to festivals and stuff? You've got to have someone who's passionate about the music that they play, and that's what you're looking for because it's infectious. We've all got a group of mates, and in that group of mates, there is always one person who goes, "Have you heard this track?" And that's what we've got. We've got a bunch of friends here on the station, and different friends have different interests in different music. So that's what we're looking for.
Looking for passion. I'm so passionate. I'm actually passionate about headcam. I kind of like it. I do like
the street wearing that?
Yeah, probably would actually, yeah. John wants to know, why are you so bothered about lowering the average age of Radio 1 listeners at the expense of older listeners?
Right, well...
No kiss and hug from John.
Right, okay, alright. Manly handshake for John. Well, I'm sure most people have the experience of being in a working environment, and if your boss tells you to do something, well, you try and do it. So I've been asked by the BBC Trust, who are the ultimate bosses of the BBC, to try and lower the average age of Radio 1's audience. But do you know what? I think Radio 1 has always been sort of young-minded. We've always had that teenage spirit, that slight rebellion, love of music, love of just getting out there and living your life. And I think that is an attractive thing. People don't want to let go of their youth. So that's why the average age is as high as it is. I don't want to sort of tell people to stop listening to Radio 1. It's just I'm responding to what my bosses have told me to try and get younger. And I think we are young. We do sound young. And if people want to come along for the ride, then that's fine.
Oh, it's nice saying like younger things, I think. Like I can't imagine all of a sudden being like, oh, I got my trainers now.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I'd always want to like wear trainers and always have Radio 1 on.
Well, it's that thing, isn't it? When I was growing up, all grandparents looked the same. Parents were boring, and your teenage years were the best years of your life. Well, I think there's a generation now that go, well, sod that. What I want to do is I want to keep going to festivals. I want to still go to gigs. I'm 44. I still want to hear new music. I just heard a track now, going and turned it up, going, what's this? This is brilliant. I think it's by Red Light, and it was just an amazing dance track. And you go, well, I'm interested in new music.
Yeah.
So don't tell me to go and listen to Ken Bruce, because I don't want to. I want to listen to Radio 1.
Yeah. Is Ken Bruce not playing Red Light?
I don't think
Come on, Ken. Get with it.
Get with it. Come on.
Alex Holland Martin says, hi, Ben. I want to know how I can send my demo tape into Radio 1. How does that happen?
Obviously the days of cassettes have gone, so best to probably send an email.
Don't tell Ken Bruce.
Email in a short bit of audio and send that file to us. A demo tape should be probably only about 2.5–3 minutes long, and what you've got to do is you've got to hit it in that first few seconds. First impressions count. Imagine yourself, being listened to for the first time, how can you hook someone in to listen to you? What intrigue can you get, or what passion can you sort of express in those first few seconds that make the head of programs, Rhys Hughes, want to listen for longer and want to go, okay, what's this person got then? So that's what I would do. Send in your pilot or your demo tape to a guy called Rhys Hughes, who's head of programs.
Yes.
Not me.
No, not Ben. Send it to Rhys. You can find his email address online. Havarti at the Cat Robot says, what does the move to iPlayer mean for Radio 1 content?
Radio 1, our job, as I said, is to get young people to consume content from the BBC. We've done that for probably near 47 years now of being a radio station, but young people are, well, pretty much addicted. I was looking for the mobile phone, are addicted to their mobile phone, and I think we've got to provide content that you can get on your mobile phone, and that is obviously to listen to the radio. But some of the bits that we do, some of the interviews that you do on your show, some of the live lounges that we have, or whether it be Greg James on a wrecking ball, you want to see. Mm-hmm. So we have to provide sort of a visual sort of bits of our sort of output. So it means that we need to sort of, in terms of Radio 1, think, what are those moments during the day that you kind of go, oh, I want to see what's happening in the studios, I want to see that moment, and then we'll chop those up and put them onto the iPlayer. So it means that we will have to just be a little bit cleverer about working out what bits of our output we think young people want to watch and then share with their friends.
Good answer, Ben Cooper.
Thanks.
Where's the boss? Molly would like to know, what is the one aspect of your job, Ben, that's not so glamorous? What's the worst thing you've got to do?
The worst thing?
Is it when you take us for those DJ dinners?
No, I like that. That's fun. That's the fun bit. Sitting down with DJs and talking about radio is what I love. So the boring bit. What's the boring bit? The boring bit, I suppose, I was never very good at maths at school. And I'm not very good at sitting down, doing homework and writing long sort of essays and stuff. So I suppose it would have to be the moment where I have to sit down and write a financial report on how I'm going to try and save money going forward in Radio 1. That's like double homework on a Sunday night. That's the worst thing.
I just find it so boring. As I say, maths, I have no interest in. My sister's an accountant and she's always like, come on, it's fun.
It's fun.
Like, it's not. It's definitely not fun.
It's fun for some people, but not for you and me.
Not for me. And Roxy says, what has been your all-time favourite feature on the radio? I quite liked, we were reminiscing about some of Sarah Cox's, when she did the breakfast show the other day, when we said bye to Sarah. Yes. 3 to P2. 3 in a row, so she can have a wee.
Have a wee,
nice.
Yes. Classic radio gold. I'll go down in the annals, won't it? I can remember there was a presenter on Radio 1 once called Lisa Anson who had a radio feature called What's in Your Sandwich?
And the feature was...
Hi, it's Grimmy here, and I'm having tuna and sweet corn in my sandwich.
Please say she's not at lunchtime, she's not on night time as well.
So that wasn't one of my all-time favourite features.
Oh, I hate what's in your sandwich.
Flirt Divert.
Oh, yes.
I love Flirt Divert. Scott, I think what it did was it was brilliant because it was, I often say that, you and Scott and the others are people's friends. You put on the radio in your kitchen or in your bedroom or in your car and you're suddenly there with your mate. And I think it was that thing of you took to the pub or the club that mobile number, and then if you did sort of get into a conversation or whatever, thought, you gave this number that you got from Scott, and then we'd hear the results of that. So I think that was brilliant in the fact that it really showed that relationship between a radio show and the audience, and then we heard the outcome, and it was funny.
It's so good. I hate when people started to know the number, though. So, remember people would be like, that's the Flirt Divert number.
We'd always remember the last 3 digits.
Yeah. You'd be like, hang on a second, bang on. That was good. Brooke would like to know, hi Brooke, who is the most demanding DJ? It's not me. I'm the least demanding person ever. Ever.
Who's the most demanding DJ?
Yeah. Is anyone demanding?
Demanding? In what way? What, in terms of diva-ish?
Yeah, who's the most diva? Who are you most scared of?
Scared? I'm not scared of anyone.
Okay. Not even Fern Cotton?
No, that's lovely. Although she didn't like it when we told her that she was wearing a nice belt the other day, did we?
No, she didn't, did she? She took real offence to that.
She goes, it's a belt!
Well, I don't like your belt. I always wear a belt. We just never noticed her belt before.
Yeah.
Is anyone demanding?
I don't think there's no one doing a sort of Nicki Minaj. I need
No.
the room to smell of vanilla and white sort of sheeting on the walls, or it has to be a certain temperature. There's no one doing that.
I think you get that more in telly, don't you?
I think it's
on the radio. I think you get TV people. Because when I'd go to T4 and stuff, and I'd like make a cup of tea, some of the other co-presenters remain nameless. Were like, "Why are you doing that?" It's like, so I think it's more telly you get the divas.
I think it's more TV.
Yeah.
I think it's also a bit more old school showbiz.
Yeah.
And I think the great thing about Radio 1 is that I treat it like we're a big family.
Yeah.
I'm an only child, so this is my big family.
Yeah.
And I just think that we actually respect each other a lot more than other places maybe do.
Okay. Are we having one more?
Yeah, Finch.
One more. One then Finch is on. Kirsty wants to know, whose show on Radio 1 do you try to avoid?
What?
That's a silly question. They won't work here, would they?
Are you moving on?
That's a bit weird. Well, you can say it if you want, but I wouldn't if I were you.
No.
What advice would you give to someone who's trying to work for Radio 1?
Okay. So it was always my dream to work for Radio 1. My parents gave me a radio when I was about 8 years old. I listened to Radio 1 all my life. I never thought I would get to work here, let alone do this job. So it's a dream come true. So I'm very conscious that there are other people in their bedrooms, having that similar dream. The thing is, if your dream is to get into radio, do radio. There's hospital radio, there's community radio, there's student radio. Just get involved, get around a studio, be in that environment, learn what the different jobs are, and get that experience under your belt. Because that's what you've got to prove. You've got to prove that you're passionate about it. It's going back to what I look for in presenters. It's what I look for in staff. And the great thing about working here is there's an amazing atmosphere, because lots of people's dream was to work at Radio 1, and they've achieved it, and that gives an amazing atmosphere to the building. But they did it through hard work. I think a lot of people just assume that they just send off a tape or they send off a CV and they'll be found and discovered. And it's like, no, you've got to work hard. You've got to actually get out. And I remember when I was starting out, it would be pouring down with my rain. My friends would be staying in and having a few drinks or something, and I'd get out on my bike and cycle to the hospital radio studios, where I wasn't allowed on the air because I wasn't good enough, but I would practice and write down sort of radio shows that I would do if I could get on the air. It's that hard work. That's what will get you there in the end.
Yeah, amazing. Right, we're done now, Ben.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
indeed.
Ben. Thank you so much.
Cheers, sir.
We have Phil. No, we don't. Not Phil Stocker. What's his name again? Matt Fincham.
Oh, him.
Him. Do you know him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit familiar with some of his.
Yeah. What does he do? I can't remember. He's got my bloody trainers on. That's Access All Areas.
Isn't he Noel Gallagher's friend?
Yes. Really annoying. Every time I see Noel Gallagher, he's just like, "Where's Finchy? Where's Finchy?" Bye, Finchy. Bye, Ben.
You know.
Bye, Finch.